Hi, and welcome to the A to D podcast. I want to thank everyone who got back to me after the first podcast. I appreciate your feedback and your suggestions, and just want to encourage each of you, if you have any thoughts or ideas for future podcasts, feel free to send them to me at davidfromatod@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to work them into future episodes. Today's episode is entitled Rabbit Holes, Gravity, and the Pursuit of Happiness. Some of you might be thinking, what in the world do those three things have to do with addiction or recovery? Well, they are all categories of things we should look at as we work to establish our recovery. They are things that, as we look at them, I want you to keep this question in mind as you're listening to the podcast. What are some things that you must leave behind in order to move forward to the you that you want to become? Okay, first topic, rabbit holes. Have you ever heard someone say, I'm not going down that rabbit hole anymore? Where did that saying actually ever come from? Well, originally the rabbit hole idiom came from Alice in Wonderland. And for those of you who know that story, Alice fell down the rabbit hole of White Rabbit and ended up in Wonderland. But as you look at a current definition, and I turn to the Free Dictionary online, it says a rabbit hole is to enter into a situation or begin a process or journey that is particularly strange, problematic, difficult, complex, or chaotic, especially one that becomes increasingly so as it develops or unfolds. Whew, that's a mouthful of a definition, but we'll tear it apart a little bit. Let's look at each aspect. First is that you're on a journey and it becomes increasingly strange the more you're in it. Have you found that as you've walked down the journey of addiction, people pointing out your strange behavior, or you finding people with strange behaviors around you, or even thinking to yourself that, wow, that was strange that I actually enjoy this part of lifestyle right now. Or some of you might have ended up in crime as a result of your addiction and said, that's strange, that's crazy, because I've never been a criminal before. The second aspect of the rabbit hole is that your journeys become problematic. You might have problems in relationships, problems with families, problems holding a job, problems with the law, all kinds of problems. Problems being a man or woman of your word, being able to tell the truth 2 sentences in a row. The third aspect of going down a rabbit hole is that it's a difficult journey. Think back to those early days of your addiction, how difficult it was to be able to keep your regular lifestyle and your new emerging lifestyle both going at the same time. Or how difficult it was to hold on to your loved ones and isolate from them at the same time. The fourth aspect of going down a rabbit hole is that it's complex. Think of all the complexities involved in those early stages of addiction as we learn new lifestyles, as we try to deal with our highs and our lows, as we try to deal with understanding withdrawal and understanding when we've used too much. The complexities of trying to hide our addictions from people, the complexities of of denial and minimization and rationalization. And all of these lead to that last aspect from the definition, and that is the journey of addiction is chaotic. There's never peace in addiction. There's chaos day and night. And the best we can hope for is some momentary absence of chaos. And we think that's peace. So has your journey down the rabbit hole become increasingly worse for you as it unfolded? Can you join me in saying, I'm not going down that rabbit hole no more? Let me repeat that. I'm not going down that rabbit hole no more. Okay, the second aspect we want to look at in today's podcast is the pursuit of happiness. As someone born and raised in America, our Declaration of Independence says that we're guaranteed life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But what does the pursuit of happiness mean to each of us? And what does it mean to those of us who get caught up in addiction? Is it simply just going out for fun or having a good time? Is it just wanting to chill or have a little pleasure in life? Or is it wanting excitement and adventure? Have you found that your pursuit of happiness has actually been a pursuit of instant self-gratification at the expense of anyone and everyone else? That your pursuit of happiness is a fleeting thing because the pleasure is temporary? Have you found that your pursuit of happiness is really your way of escaping from reality or creating a fantasy life? Has your pursuit of happiness resulted in poor decisions? Have you found yourself caught up in situations with wrong decisions and the wrong friends, being in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or are you one that I've heard said often in prisons around the world for first-time offenders, when they wake up and say, how did I get here? I never thought I'd end up in prison. Well, I want to encourage you, if this is describing your pursuit of happiness, it's time to pursue life. The third category we're looking at today is gravity. John Mayer wrote a song, one of my favorite slow blues songs, called Gravity. And it's all about the power of gravity. It starts out with the words, gravity is working against me, and gravity wants to bring me down. What are the things in your life that pull you down? Let's pause and think about that. What are the things in your life that pull you down? What are the negative influences, the negative people and situations, the things that get you bored or depressed, or the things and people that sap you of your energy and get you to give up on your goals and to give up on your dreams? What do these things do to you? Do they drive you to your knees in despair? Have you thought about the love, the comfort, the lifestyle that you've thrown away as a reaction to your gravity that resulted in addiction? Or have you realized that when you try to get out of your gravity, by seeking more of temporary escape and pleasure, we're actually saying, I just want more. I just need more. But for those of you who got caught up in drug addiction, have you found that once is too many and 1,000 times is not enough? The same holds true for porn. The same holds true for gambling and all the other addictions. Have you found yourself getting caught up in seeking twice as much and finding out that it's not twice as good and it doesn't satisfy like one half could? And again, those are lyrics from John Mayer's song, Gravity. And his song ends with this refrain: just keep me where the light is. Come on, keep me where the light is. I want to close by asking, what is your light that keeps you moving forward in a good direction? That helps you see the rabbit holes before you fall in, that prods you to pursue life and gives you the courage to leave certain things behind before they become the gravity that pulls you down. Thanks for listening to this episode of the A to D podcast. Please share it with your friends and follow us. Keep your suggestions and comments coming. We love to get ideas for future podcasts from you. You can contact us by email at davidfromatoD@gmail.com and on Instagram at davidfromatoD. Stay tuned for our next episode coming out next week.